Hey everybody, it's Shamika. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate your support. So I just had to make a video really quick. I'm normally not in a vulnerable state, but I wanted to share something with you guys. Um, Something I probably have not said on my lives at all. I do appreciate you guys for tuning in to the lives, and if you have not, please tune in on Mondays at 7 p.m. Central and 8 p.m. Eastern. If you live in those other time zones, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to do your own math. I ain't got time for that, okay? I have not made videos, okay? If you've noticed, I have only done my lives basically for probably like the past 2 years. And I apologize if I have let some of you guys down who are anticipating seeing me make videos. I like to stay on top of things, and the funny part is if you tune in on Mondays, I do still stay on top of the news and try to bring you guys information that you can use. I have just been seriously struggling to make individual videos. If you guys don't know, and I don't even think I made a separate video talking about this, but most of you who have been following me, you guys know that I 2 years ago was a victim of gun violence. So you guys can see, this is my war wound. I can't hide it. I don't even try to hide it. And yes, the bullet is still in my arm. It was from someone that I dated. I broke up. I felt that it was just that time, and the individual did not see it the same way that I did, and it turned into a high-speed chase while being shot at. I'm not going to get into it too much because we have not yet had court, which is an injustice in itself. Yeah, I have seriously had some anxiety issues with making individual videos. I think when I'm live, I'm sorry, I gotta loosen my hands up. When I'm live, it's better for me because it's more interactive. But to be able to just sit and make videos, I would seriously try, and I just have a very difficult time doing it. So I really do ask that you guys be patient and at least join me on the lives on Monday. I am a product, unfortunately, of some unwise decisions, but regardless, I am here and I am alive. And each and every day, I work towards being a better person. And no, this is not saying I used to live a life in the streets or something and now I turn my life around. This is not one of those type of stories. I've always had a professional job, educated, all of that. Just piss poor when it came to, and notice I said when, not am, when, it's in the past, of making not so great decisions, okay, when it came to my partner, okay. So I mean, it is what it is. It was what it was. It's over. Thank God I'm here and I get the opportunity to do something else. So again, I would say more, but I will actually plug the TikTok video link so you can see the my little 60-second story to give you an idea of what happened to me. But so yeah, and I'm saying so many times, and I mean I say but I'm really saying a lot because I'm searching in my heart and mind exactly what to say. This is very abnormal and very scary because normally I'm just out here throwing out information, boom, 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 boom. But I do want people to know that I do have a soft side too, and sometimes I struggle just, like anybody else. And I do hope that I encourage somebody who probably feels like they can't do it and stuff is just too hard, or I have messed up, or I am, unlovable, I'm unforgivable. I've put myself in this, hole. I've done whatever it is, okay? Whatever your self tells yourself, excuse me. And I know that sometimes in your head, yourself tells you some very mean things, okay? But I'm just here to let you know that one, you are not alone. Two, you do not have to accept it, or you can reject it. You are what you believe you are. And there is nothing that a person cannot come back from, okay? My life absolutely got turned upside down. And being that there's been no court and this individual is out on bond, did I say injustice? Yes, out on bond. And still to this day is harassing. Okay, would not even be surprised if he saw the video and made a comment as somebody else. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. I am still moving along, and regardless of the things that I have experienced in my life outside of this situation, as long as God gives me the ability to help somebody to breathe, to wake up, then I know without a shadow of a doubt that there is a purpose for me. Even though I may have to look at this for the rest of my life, don't know if the bullet will be able to come out. I am still more than this wound, okay? And one thing for sure, if you know or watch me, you know I can talk, right? So I usually lead with this, especially because I'm single and have been, because I'm waiting on my husband, and I can't wait to one day tell y'all that I got one, that God sent me, okay? But, I don't avoid the topic at all. I am a victim of domestic violence. I'm a victim of gun violence, or as the VA calls it, intimate partner violence instead of domestic violence. I am a victim of those things. And although I have not had my day in court, I'm believing that I will, that I'm going to win. And even if they try to submit this into evidence, that's okay. One thing is for sure, is as long as I have breath in my body and that I can run these lips, I'm going to be sitting in the courtroom waiting to take the stand, okay? And I just want to encourage somebody to let you guys know that you are more than your situation. And thank you guys for allowing me to be able to be vulnerable. I've never been ashamed to share my business. It's very freeing for me. It makes some people uncomfortable, but that's because sometimes you got skeletons in your closet and you wish you could be as open as I am. And although me sharing sometimes can come back to bite me in the butt, I have to realize that, one, I don't have to tell everything, but I do, because I've always been taught to own your story. Own it, live it. If you are a hoe, be a happy hoe. Not saying that we encourage that behavior, but you have to live with yourself. If you are a liar, lie better so that you can get caught less. And again, not encouraging bad behavior, but if you're going to be something and you are it anyway, at least accept that you are who you are and live in that, because that's your truth. Okay, now just because it's your truth don't mean it's God's truth. But a lot of people ain't really aligned with him at this time. So, I get it. But if you're gonna do something, own what you do and keep it pushing. So I have, if I made a bad decision and it cost me this, I made a bad decision. But I can tell you one thing, I'm not still there and I'm alive. Okay? So again, I'm going to try to make these videos. This one is the scariest one for me to put out, but I am going to do it because somebody needs to know that they're not alone. Hell, I'm gonna ride domestic violence till the wheels fall off. If you know me, you know if you put me in another category, I'm gonna find out everything that people in this category can get. So if that means I can get in and out of leases, if that means I don't have to pay security deposits anymore for the rest of my life, baby, I'm going to take this tragedy and turn it into a triumph. And the only way you can do that, one, you got to trust God. Two, you got to press on. But three, you also got to go and find out what's available for you when you fall in these situations. No different if you're a disabled veteran. No different if you're black. No different if you're a female. No different if you're left-handed. They have things for everybody in every category. One, you got to know where to look, which can sometimes be difficult because information sometimes is hard to find, but you got the internet and I can help you, okay? But anyway, so I said a lot, okay? But I hope that you were able to take something away from this. I actually feel a lot better getting this out because I don't talk about it. I usually make jokes a lot. That's my way of dealing with my pain, just to make other people laugh. But thank you guys for allowing me to share my story. Once this trial is over, I think I'm gonna go more deep into it, but I can't do that right now. Again, they may try to use this as evidence, who knows? So I'm only gonna say what I can say is that yes, I was shot. Here's the proof. Nobody can deny it. And again, I'm going to put the link to that video below so that you guys can see the vehicle, his vehicle. I do a little quick narration so you can know which one is which, and I talk through it, but not ashamed. I'm here, and I know there are others, and I just want to say to anyone that is in a relationship of violence, okay, domestic violence like that, because I thought it was normal. And my one friend I know that's gonna watch this, I just want to tell you thank you. Did you talk to me that day, right before it happened, a couple hours, and I remember telling you, girl, everybody fight in their relationships, and you were like, no, Shamika, they don't. And I'm like, yes, they do. I'm like, people just act happy in the front, but like in the back, they probably be choking, fighting, or pushing each other or something. And she was like, no, that not everybody does that. And as difficult as that was for me to accept, even in just that time, thank you, one, for telling me that. And once I got to see your parents, yeah, some people just really love each other and rather walk away, okay? So unfortunately, that was not my experience. I didn't see that growing up, so I thought everybody loved a little bit rough. I'm from Florida, and if anybody is from Florida, I mean, hell, y'all see Tasha K. She's a very, we're very handsy females, okay? We talk with our hands. We move our necks. I'm trying to put this in a nice way, so somebody don't say ghetto, because it's not necessarily that. Culturally, we do that, and women in Florida and in the South, preferably, they fight their men, right? So, and we think there's a difference between getting beat up and fighting, okay? And even though they're equally bad, and I'm still a work in progress, I still think there's a big difference between getting, because I'd be like, I ain't get beat up now. I don't want nobody to say I got beat up. But if some woman is going through that, that's nothing to you. That's just how I think, okay? And again, I'm working on that. So this is not to put anybody in any category. I just myself am still trying to accept the fact that they're equally both bad, if I can say that. Okay, because I tried to rank them, and maybe I did it to make myself feel better, because maybe I was in denial. I don't know. Okay, again, I'm a work in progress, so please take no offense to that. But you know, we're a bit aggressive females, and so no, I didn't egg this on. Okay, just want y'all to know, this absolutely happened with me not doing anything. We were already separated. I was being stalked. Okay, so and had no idea this person was behind me in a car until I just heard gunshots. Okay, and and then I'm freaking out because I'm like, why would I hear gunshots in my neighborhood? So anyway, just watch the video, okay? But I said all that to say that domestic violence is wrong in whatever fashion, however it's dished out, it is absolutely wrong. And to you women or men that are experiencing that, and I would definitely say to the women, this is one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about what I do on this channel, and that's simply because if you don't have financial security, you will always be a pawn in somebody else's game. Women who are going through abusive relationships, 9 times out of 10, they don't leave because of the lifestyle, or they're unable to make it on their own. They got crippled in some form or fashion, and financially, they're not going to be able to do it, especially when you're a woman, when you have a lot of kids. It's very hard to work, look after your children. When it's been 2 years for me still, and you definitely can feel the effect when you don't have the help from somebody else there. And I don't just mean financially, just being able to make decisions, just fixing stuff, a lot of things. So I'll never be one of those women that'll say I don't need a man, because that ain't true. They definitely can be beneficial, okay? More than just the D. Y'all saw me do this right. I would never tell you to up and leave. That's not a wise thing. If you watch my channel, one thing you know about me is I believe in you always plan your play. And I personally believe that's what attributed to me to this happening, is because I'm a person that if I say I'm going to do something in my mind, I plan out my escape. And I like to make sure that at least if I'm leaving, that I'm going to be in a decent position, and this is, I don't care if I put this out. I had finished my bankruptcy. And once I finished my bankruptcy, I had found that I was in a different place financially. And it was like, okay, I have control of my money now. The courts are not involved. And it gave me the courage to be able to say, I don't want to continue to have this kind of relationship, because this person really isn't somebody that I can see myself marrying. And in my mind and my heart, I had to plan an escape long before I left, and I don't care if this is used in court. Why? Because this is the truth. I would never tell anybody to leave. It's not smart to just up and leave, because you could cripple yourself, and then you're in such disarray you have to go back home. And now this person could make it worse, because now they know that you will leave, which means they're going to lock you down even more so. So please stop giving the advice to tell somebody you need to leave, because that's not how it goes. Unfortunately, if you've been getting whipped, and I'm not saying this is good, and I'm not trying to make a joke, but a couple more versus just running out and finding yourself in a situation where you have to come back. To me, the coming back whippings will be worse than the ones you're used to getting. And again, that's not to make a joke or anything, but if you are used to always arguing and getting each other phased or pushing one another, not saying and I pray it doesn't get out of control, but if you've been dealing with that while you planning your escape, and you might have to deal with it again, to me, it's much easier than leaving and coming back, because they're going to make it 10 times harder for you to leave the next time. Okay? And again, if it gets to the point where you have no choice and you have to escape your abuser, then please, by all means, go, especially if it's life-threatening. But for those that And I hate to even use the word tolerable. I mean, it sounds crazy to say tolerable because none of it is tolerable. But if you are in the situation, I'm sure you understand what I mean when I say tolerable. There is something that I'm used to, and then there's this new stuff. And you know, depending on the severity of the abuse that you experience, I'm coming from a place of a person that dealt with child abuse as well as child sexual abuse. So I, in my opinion, I feel like I know the varying degrees of trauma, of pain, and there's some things that I can deal with because I've grew up dealing with certain things, if that makes sense to anybody. And again, I do not mind sharing. There, you know, although I may answer all y'all questions, we might talk about bankruptcy and credit and all those things. I am a woman. I'm a, you know, I have feelings. I'm a person, and I have experienced things too. And hopefully, this gives you some insight as to why I'm so passionate about talking about credit, telling you to file bankruptcy. One, is a blessing just to be able to get this information and have somebody give it to you and not even charge you for it, because there are gonna be people that who will charge you that's gonna rip you off, that's gonna lie, that's gonna give you one-sided information because maybe they have something to gain. But to be able to give you guys this stuff and to know that, one, even if I help somebody be able to get an apartment or a car, that's great. But if I'm able to help you escape a bad relationship because now you're able to get that apartment, and now you're able to go out and start yourself, establish yourself somewhere else new where you will not be able to do it because this person kept you in a situation where you were always confined. I mean, what a blessing. Not only to you, but to me as well. And I want to continue to do that. So I apologize that I have not been making my normal videos, but I do keep you guys up to date with what's going on. I felt like during that COVID time, there was so much information to put out, and so much has happened. One, my personal experience, and then two, the Biden administration hasn't really had a whole lot of nothing to talk about other than really the student loan thing and the financial aid, the $10,000 forgiveness they were going to give people. But other than that, there hasn't really been anything. So maybe under this new administration, with some changes that I'm sure are going to take place, maybe I'll have more videos to put out. But I just wanted you guys to know that I have been working on myself, you know, making myself look the best that I can, because I realize that, hey, it's marriage or nothing else from here, and I ain't taking nothing less than that. And so I just been working on me, and enjoying life at the same time, something that I did not get to do in my last relationship, because I mistook or misunderstood control for looking out for me, or just being concerned about my well-being. And there were a lot of things that I did not do. One, wasn't allowed. It was just easier just to not do it, so it wasn't no drama. And at the same time, two, I was scared to do a lot of things. So there are a lot of things that I've done, like riding go-karts. I've never done it, being very scared to do it. Even when I did it, I was scared to do it. So I'm coming out my shell at this very ripe age of 45, but hell, oh well, okay? And so I just hope I encourage somebody. I didn't want to make this too long, but it's probably already too long anyway. But if you lasted this long, thank you for being here. I really do appreciate you guys' support, and I hope I explained some of me, gave you some of me. Hope I encouraged you, and hopefully I also persuaded you to make sure you tune in on Mondays and to stick with your girl. I'm not going anywhere. I'm always available for consultations. If you need to call, text, whatever. It's so crazy how some of us, we just like friends, and I've never even met y'all. So I thank you guys so much. You have really been holding me up, and I just wanted to let you know what's been going on with me. And to all my victims of domestic violence, we can overcome this. We are high in number, higher than we should be. But I don't want to see another woman or men lose their life. I also don't want to see another person almost lose their life. Nor do I want to see another person be hit, abused, any of those things. And this has just reignited something in me that, you know, hey, y'all, I think I need to go to law school, because the fact that this case is taking this long, and I'm looking at this, how this justice system is supposed to call itself playing out, and maybe because mine isn't important because I lived, and this is nothing against anyone that did not, but to me, all these things are equally important. And some of these laws need to be revisited, because the person that shot should not be out, not out to harass me still, 2 years later. So, but you know, hey, only God knows what's gonna happen. So again, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate your support. Share the video, comment, tell me what you would like me to talk about. Help me out, help me get motivated and encouraged. A lot of people, I know y'all want to know about CPNs, but you know, I will do a video on that, because that's getting ready to go out the door by 2026. So y'all will have to find something else to do. But you know, drop a line of what y'all would like to see me do. Give me some words of encouragement. I hope I encouraged you, and share this with somebody that might need to pick up. Okay, we are all here for a reason, every single one of us. And until you believe it, life gonna be harder than it has to be. So I love you guys. Be blessed, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.